One thing I certainly love is a first time. This isn't the first time playing Super Fights, but it's the first time that Alex will be here on the channel to play a game and introduce himself to the audience. And so going forward, hopefully he'll be a more regular, reoccurring character for movie reviews, games, and all kinds of fun things. So after the open rolls, it'll be Super Fights. Mrs. Super Oz picks the winner, and yeah, Alex and I will go head to head, see who wins. Alex, welcome to the channel.
Hi, everyone.
It is the amount of games that we picked up that got it to be a thing on the channel, because when it's just the two of us, me and Mrs. Super Oz, it's, I don't know, like we've tried to turn things into fun for just the two of us, but it's, most of the games we bought are intended for like groups.
Large quantities, yeah.
And so that's why I had the idea that, hey, we'll do it on the channel and it'll give us a reason to have all these things. The reason we brought Super Fights back is originally this was going to be more than just the two of us, but still it works fine with just the two of us. And so with it being your first time on the channel, I was like, oh, we'll go back to something,
a classic,
that has already been done. And also it fits with the theme of the month, which is Batman and Superman. Primarily Superman, but it began with Batman and got a little Batman sprinkled in there. And even this Monday, the movie review that's coming out is Hollywoodland, which is a movie. You ever watched it?
I don't think I have.
So it's about the murder and or possibly not murder of George Reeves,
Okay.
the black and white era Superman.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about it is, I think it's a really good Batman movie, because it's about detectives
Oh. I see.
and a private eye looking into the possibility of what actually happened here in the case of George Reeves. And so with that, I was like, it's a movie, it's a drama about an actor who played Superman, but everybody who's alive in the movie feel like they're either Gotham PD or Batman.
Right, they're pulling from other areas nearby. I really wanted to see them expand upon the noir, Spider Noir.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think that's happening. I think
There was talks about a TV show, but I haven't seen anything since then. But
Yeah,
that'd be so cool.
I'm pretty sure Nicolas Cage is either making it now or just wrapped up with playing the role.
So it's kind of like Cards Against Humanity, but
A fight.
a fight way.
Okay. I'll just use this because it's funny.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, then the idea is whichever one she thinks is funnier, she'll say it's the winner, and then we'll move on.
Okay. I think I've got one.
So it turns out I didn't learn a thing from the last time we did this. I didn't learn a thing, because last time I just went, the first thing I did and just said, yeah, that's what I'll do. And I'm doing it again. So, Martha Stewart attacks a child beauty pageant winner using the Force. Yeah, like I said, I didn't learn a thing. I just picked up cards and I was like, oh, that totally works.
The real question is, since when was Martha Stewart Force sensitive? Was it from the get-go?
That's a good question, yeah.
All right, I had...
Oh, and before you tell me your fight, though, that's perfect, because one of the first things we ever talked about was you going to rewatch Star Wars, the 25th anniversary edition of...
Right, Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, and so I didn't even pick that intentionally, but I like that it coincides with our introduction.
Right. Okay. I think I did this backwards. I think I was trying to pick someone to battle you.
Oh, yeah, so she will pick which battle she thinks is the best.
Okay, so we're creating.
We're creating a super fight.
Okay. Well, I have a much better one in that case.
Yeah.
Okay? So I've got an octopus with no arms fighting a Spartan on a horse.
Okay.
Okay.
Now the trick here is that if it's a battle on land, well, there's a clear superior factor, right? But a battle in the ocean,
Oh.
even without the limbs, I
Yes.
still think the octopus has the
I'm with
upper
it.
hand.
I'm with it. Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, I think that it's been said they're among the smartest sea creatures. So I'm gonna say that it's pretty wily even without the limbs.
I'd be interested to see how it goes. Like, does he just like sort of nudge through the water with his big noggin, like his balloon head, or does
I
he
like
just
that.
sit there? And obviously, a Spartan on a horse. I mean, they're dangerous enough as is, but on a
Yeah.
horse, though.
Yeah, and in water, it's like they're probably drowning pretty quick. So the octopus might win just naturally.
I think the important question for you though is Martha Stewart light-sided force or dark-sided force?
Well, here's the other question. You also brought up the idea that I didn't even consider. Does that beauty queen have anything at her disposal?
True.
I'm gonna say that child beauty pageant winner, she has 3-inch fingernails that she's using to claw out Martha Stewart's eyes.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, Martha Stewart I think is 100% dark side. Like she's Palpatine all day, where it's putting on a pretense that she's on your side. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
But she's pulling some strings to take out that little beauty queen.
I think the more interesting fight to watch would be Martha Stewart with force capability versus essentially Wolverine.
Yes.
What, X-23?
Yes,
Yeah.
X-23. I like that. I'm so glad you said it because it helps me create the graphic that I'm pop up to visualize this. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's fun.
Mr. Superhouse, what do you think?
I mean, the octopus is hilarious.
I know, right? No, that was great.
But then
That's
I'm
all
also
I am.
picturing this fight with Martha Stewart, and then the big long fingernails. Too,
Oh, yeah.
like Wolverine.
That's great.
I have to go with Martha Stewart. This
Oh, that's
time.
cool.
I think it's pretty. Yeah.
Alrighty. I've got a carny
Okay.
with a flamethrower. Okay, just one carny and one flamethrower
Perfect.
Okay,
I'm with it.
okay,
I'm with it.
Okay.
versus all of Canada.
All of Canada.
Okay, and here's my thinking. This is very much like the South Park movie where they're like going against all of Canada.
Sure.
Where all of Canada can turn invisible while singing show tunes. So, in some points in time, it's like a musical epic for this poor carny, but he can like hear you and just.
Yeah, and then you have to wonder how long will that flamethrower last against all of Canada.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Because I'm sure it's got some longevity, but Canada is not tiny by any stretch. So
I mean,
they might win just out of attrition.
There is that. I like to think that Carney himself, though, is, oh look, another canister.
Oh, okay.
Look, another
Smart.
canister.
Got it.
Oh look, and I mean like handkerchiefs, right? Like a
Yeah,
magician.
that's super cool. That's a great fight right there. Genghis Khan
Mm-hmm.
with Scissorhands
Okay.
going after George Bush with a jetpack.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. So, only because George Bush can get away with the jetpack, I think he's got some time, time's on his side. But whenever he runs out of fuel, those Scissorhands are going to
Right.
give Genghis Khan that upper hand that he needs.
At the end of the day, what good is a jetpack in a fight, except to escape, right?
Exactly, yep.
Does he like turn against him and just shoot flames at him?
Yeah, shooting flames is a good shot right there. Oh my goodness. This is so much fun.
Yeah.
In both cases, we got some fire going at it.
Yeah.
Firepower in the case of the flamethrower and the flames coming from the jetpack. But no, I kind of think Genghis Khan's gonna win out over George W. Bush.
Like
in
you were
the
saying, very much a war of attrition. How long can you really last out?
Exactly. I've never looked up the population of Canada, but I'm curious right now.
It's enough that it would be problematic.
Yes, exactly. Well, and also living in Canada, I think there's got to be at least some lumberjack. There got to be some lumberjacks in Canada, right? So once he runs out of literal fire for the flamethrower, I think the lumberjack's gonna overtake.
He's done.
The
Yeah.
carny, yeah.
A lot of blue collar workers up there. Yeah.
So who wins this fight?
I have to go with the Carney. I like it.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada.
That's awesome. So much fun.
Let's do best of 5.
Yeah, best of 5 is cool. Stephen Hawking wearing rocket-powered roller skates versus a billionaire playboy philanthropist, who shall not be named, Tony Stark, I guess, who can clone himself but each clone is half as smart as the previous clone.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. So if this billionaire playboy philanthropist isn't Tony Stark, wink wink, then, you know, he's kind of bland and boring, but if he is who I say he is, Robert
Right.
Downey Jr., then it doesn't matter that each clone is not as smart because the prime guy, the first dude, is capable of going toe to toe, head to head with Mr.
Other
Hawking.
generations, yeah.
With those rocket powered roller skates. He must have some braces on his legs too, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
His whole body.
I'm thinking that's a tough call. Because it's like, okay, well, you have a bunch of clones, so you have an overwhelming force. But can you catch him?
I like that.
All right, I've got MacGyver,
Okay.
armed exclusively and only with a kitten cannon,
Kitten Cannon. That's amazing. I
Yes.
think you've already won.
versus
All I had to hear was MacGyver.
Terminator,
Oh, wowzers.
but he's having a really good hair day.
So it's just Arnold Schwarzenegger. Got it.
My thoughts also is that when you peel away the fleshy skin and stuff,
The hair
the hair's
stays.
still there.
Yeah,
Hair's still
okay.
there.
Okay.
Melts in the lava, hair on top.
Okay, well, you don't get a vote this time. You
Okay.
win. That was amazing. But here's the question: is it Arnold Schwarzenegger or is it?
The T-10,000
Yeah.
from the second one.
Because either way,
Arnold's the original.
right? Yeah. But regardless, it's a lot of fun because I love both of these franchises. I was just like,
Digging out
I'm
little
done with
hairs.
this.
No, I was never big on MacGyver, but what I did watch was Get Smart, and I'm not big on Steve Carell, but when he did the reboot movie, I was like, this is hilarious,
Dude.
I think it's like Anne Hathaway.
It took me. Yes, Anne Hathaway is in that, but I mean, there are so many people in that movie that did great work. Harry and Lloyd, the techs in the office were
Mhm.
fun, but it took me
Patrick
3,
Warburton,
4 times
Rock.
to get. Yeah, exactly. 3 or 4 times to get into the office, because first I didn't understand what the heck was happening. Like, it's so dry. It's why are we talking to the camera? That always drives me nuts. I'm like, don't acknowledge the camera. Exactly. I just stuck with it, mostly because family was into it and they thought it was the greatest thing since ever. So I was like, oh, whatever, we'll stick with it. And then, what was it? Oh, season 2 Christmas
The
episode.
Christmas episode.
I was like, oh, I'm sold. This is it. It took that long to get there, but
Yeah.
once I understood everybody and it clicked, that was all it took.
Season 1's a rough hump to get over, but even then, I'm a hater. I like a handful of episodes, and that is about it.
Mm.
I don't like many sitcoms.
Big into sitcoms. I mean, good sitcoms. Like Malcolm in the Middle, I think is an all-time classic situational comedy because I came from nothing. This family has nothing. I didn't have a bunch of, like, they have 5 kids. I only have 1 sibling, but still, it's like growing up with nothing and your parents being driven nuts. It's like, yeah, that feels understandable. Off the wall, ridiculous situations. That's an interesting weapon. Ooh, that might even be more interesting. Oh my goodness, yes.
Could you please grab a white card? I will need it for this one.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
So we've got a snake that has an invisible jet,
Okay.
right? So clearly some firepower there, and invisibility. Like, that's just going to be a pain. And then a skeleton, which is awesome as is, riding a secret agent. He's just, I'm not sure if he's on his back, like a backpack,
I
or
hope so.
on his shoulders trying to get tall.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Uh,
I think it's maybe more like 3PO in the backpack with
Yeah.
on Chewbacca's back.
that's great.
Yep.
So, I like what you got going on here, but in my case, Michael Jackson
Okay.
wielding a barbed wire bat,
Okay.
Badass.
taking on kindergartners with jellyfish as their hands.
Oh my gosh.
And so I don't know how many kids are generally in a kindergarten class.
We'll say 25.
Okay, 25.
Usually happens.
So, 25 kids with jellyfish hands fighting off Michael Jackson with a barbed wire baseball bat. That's
I think he's gonna get through like most of them. But I mean, if those are mana wars, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're going down.
They're going down. Which is, for the best in the case of the worst case scenario. That's, if you believe the hype.
Wow, that is a crazy lineup.
Yeah, as soon as I saw kindergartners and Michael Jackson, I was like, well, this is the fight we're gonna have. What weapons will they be using? I don't know. But, oh my goodness.
I think you'll
Oh my
agree
God,
with me here, Mr. Ross, that I think that he might have won this one.
Michael Jackson and
Michael
kindergartners.
Jackson.
Kindergartners with jellyfish hands is just so incredible.
I mean, I did like the super agent though. Back
Yeah,
then,
that was
that was
super
pretty
good.
clever,
What's he
too.
gonna do against an invisible jet with a snake too, though? I mean, like,
Yeah, exactly.
can the skeleton get poisoned by the snake's venom? Many questions.
Many questions. Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much, much more. But most importantly, the story itself. So this is the end, right?
Yeah.
You want to use your remaining cards and up the ante, or do you want to grab 2 more of each? If they're lame, we can get 2 more each. I'm all in. Rule of cool.
I'll be real. I'm fine with just playing these cards if you are.
Okay, I've got a more fair fight.
Okay.
So, I've got Heisenberg, right?
Bryan Cranston.
Throwing ninja stars.
Okay.
Okay? That's pretty awesome.
Okay.
Versus Darth Vader. But
Okay.
he can run 200 miles per hour, but only in a straight line. So, like in episode 1, the one time they ever used force speed to get away from the droids, that's what he's doing.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
So,
So this owl has no depth perception, and it is
Okay.
taking on a swarm of killer bees. That have mustaches that can move with the strength of their willpower. It's the weirdest fight ever. I've never seen killer bees with mustaches, but they get the strength of their willpower in those mustaches. That's why I said I was willing to just use these cards, because I thought they were so ridiculous.
I think that gives a clear advantage to the bees.
Well, it certainly does, but I think that Darth Vader and Heisenberg are the clear victors here. Now, obviously, Mrs. Super Oz might disagree, but
No, I agree.
I cannot see a world where Darth Vader does not win when it comes to the super fight with Heisenberg.
Power scaling fights, yes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So I appreciate you coming.
Yeah, it's been a real time.
Yeah, so
Thank you guys
good.
so much for having me.
Yeah. I welcome you back for future both games and conversations.
Always and whenever.
Awesome. Sweet.